Yeah, well, there's still a steady stream of people showing up to this dirt lot right outside of Sunset Heights to get a good view of this demolition. And we mentioned earlier in the show that the company bringing down City Hall holds the world record for the largest demolition by volume. That was the King Dome in Seattle. If you take a look right over my shoulder, you can still see that fire still burning a little bit right now. You can see some of the orange glow from those embers and some smoke still going up. They are calling in another company to make sure that our KFOX-14 studios are evacuated. Well, the winds out here are really starting to pick up right now. It's starting to flurry. The temperatures are dropping. It feels absolutely freezing right now. It seems like the perfect place to live with the beautiful homes and the large yards, but residents here tell me that yesterday's fires made them realize that there is a serious problem here. Well, all that's left of the former City Hall building is a steaming pile of rubble and twisted metal. I want to bring in Charles Broomfield. He drove all the way out here from Horizon City. He's a photographer. And Charles, you were telling me that once the charges went off, the building fell so quickly, you weren't even able to snap any pictures, right?
No, I wasn't.
Well, the American Red Cross is here right now passing out snacks and waters to whomever may need them. And if you look down the street, it's still a fairly active scene right now. Firefighters have been spending the last few hours dousing these buildings with water.
KFOX-14 News at 5's Bill Melugin just arrived at the scene. Bill, what can you tell us?
Well, we just got to the intersection of Montana and Mescalero, where we're told that at about 3:45 p.m. a child may have been hit by a vehicle, and we are all stuck outside right now because, as you can see behind me, the boardroom has reached full capacity. We see it all the time driving down the street. Somebody standing on the street corner trying to sell bottled water for maybe just a buck or two. But starting tomorrow, if you buy something from somebody on the street, you can both be arrested and charged with a misdemeanor. And I was able to get my hands on his arrest affidavit, and it's the information inside of these documents that has him facing 2 counts of child pornography. These are the dumpsters that we found, more than a dozen of these manila folders inside of, all of which are marked with a name and a social security number. And we use the addresses inside of them to track down some of the people and ask them how they feel about the fact that their personal information is being thrown out with the trash. 6 inches is all that's stopping one disabled man from getting around downtown El Paso. Why he says the streets aren't wheelchair friendly and what the city is doing to make his life a little easier. A controversial cybersecurity bill is passed by the House of Representatives, why some are saying it's a direct violation of the 4th Amendment, and why one local congressman voted against it.
Bill Melugin tells us about the latest accusations and the restaurant owner's response in a story you'll see only on KFOX-14.
4 more that they're not here anymore, either because I caught them stealing or they got fired and we didn't end up in good status.
So you're telling me that anybody who's not working at your restaurant anymore and who's making these accusations against you, it's because they were caught stealing money or doing something to wrong you. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
After our story aired last Friday detailing allegations that Fernandez failed to pay his employees at Susaki Lounge, many former employees reached out to us through email and Facebook, telling us they had the same problems with Fernandez. One of those employees used to be a manager and did not want to be identified. She says Fernandez even asked her to alter the restaurant's negative reviews on websites like Yelp.
He asked me if I could remove those, and I said, no, that's not how it works. He said, okay, well, can you go ahead, what I want you to do is set up fake profiles and give us good reviews so it changes our stars.
Fernandez says that's not true.
No, why would he do that?
The former manager also tells KFOX-14 Fernandez threatened her when he saw her protesting outside Susaki Lounge.
But while we were leaving, he opened the door and he yelled to me, I can't believe you're doing this to me. Just remember, I know where you live, you.
We contacted the Texas Workforce Commission on Friday and found Fernandez has multiple claims against him, a fact he denies. Do you even acknowledge that you've been investigated by the TWC and you have 11 complaints lodged against you?
No, I didn't. By who?
The TWC, do you know who that is?
Texas Workforce Commission?
Yes. Are you aware of the fact that you have 11 complaints lodged against you?
No.
Not at all.
No.
And that some of these claims have paid out, it says you've paid out money to some of the recipients.
Well, when the Texas Workforce Commission, they send me, okay, you owe this money, yeah, I take care of it.
That was Bill Melugin reporting.
It's got my address, account number, driver's license number, everything. Social security number, you name it, it's got everything here.
Ricardo Rodriguez is one of the people whose sensitive information we found laying in a dumpster.
This is unforgivable. It's It's terrible.
Witnesses tell us that they saw employees from QuickBucks Loans dumping the documents into the trash several days ago. We reached out to QuickBucks for a comment several times, but we were told the manager is out of town.
I'm flabbergasted. This is awful. I don't, that's terrible.
Laura Torres's information was also found in the trash. She worries what could have happened to it if it fell into the wrong hands.
All my personal information, which, that's a lot of information. I mean, anybody can go to town with my information here.
When we came back to the dumpster today, the rest of the folders were gone. And for a business that advertises its services as confidential, both Laura and Ricardo say they won't be returning anytime soon.
It's the little companies like this, I guess, you have to investigate. You have to really do your own investigating through the credit bureau or whatever before you sign up with anything like this. I mean, I've learned my lesson now.
This makes me furious. I'm sorry, I cannot say anymore.
Well, that group was led by former ASARCO workers, and what started out as a low-key protest quickly turned into a shouting match between some people who want to save the smokestacks and others who want to destroy them.
Stop demo now!
As the demolition date gets closer and closer, a group of former ASARCO workers led a rally today demanding that more extensive testing be done before the smokestacks come down.
Since 2004, we've been fighting for good testing, not just testing 5-10 feet into the ground, testing 20 feet because sulfuric acid, nitric acid, and the rest that was there
is leaving up the toxic smokestacks.
It didn't take long for people who want the towers gone to show up and speak their mind.
Call the Citizens for a Healthy Bay in Tacoma, Washington. They brought down their almost 700-foot ASARCO smokestack over a decade ago with no ill effects.
No, it's not buried. It gets into the
The two sides began a heated argument. Then the group marched to the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality building and demanded to speak to the director. When she came outside, she was bombarded by questions about the possibility of toxic chemicals still being in the smokestacks.
Let me just say that we are in the process of analyzing, and you will receive answers to your questions. We would just ask that you wait for those answers.
This is video of a 562-foot ASARCO smokestack being demolished near Tacoma, Washington 20 years ago. We asked the manager of the environmental watchdog group who oversaw the demolition what, if any, effects it had on the community.
I mean, yes, you do see that dust cloud coming down, but the important thing was it didn't go beyond the area where it was going to get into people's homes. So all of those protections were in place before it's done. The Ruston facility stack was a very successful controlled demolition and didn't have any problems with the aftermath.
Live from the KFOX 14 studios in El Paso and Las Cruces, it's the Emmy Award-winning KFOX 14 News at 9.
As school districts across the country eliminate fine arts programs, at least one district in the borderlands says they are committed to keeping theirs. Good evening, I'm Bill Melugin. A boy from Massachusetts goes to some pretty extreme measures when he decides he does not want to go to bed. The 10-year-old called 911. The Downtown Management District circulates a petition to downtown business owners asking to raise their taxes for the first time since the district's creation in 1997. I spoke to business owners who support and oppose possible tax hikes and asked the DMD why they feel it's necessary.